Just got to Scarborough. It's my first time here and I already love it. There is so much gorgeous Victorian architecture. It's known for having many fantastic fish and chip spots, and I can already see some seagulls that are looking to fight me for those fish and chips. I just met up with my friend Shari and she's already shown me and told me about so much information that I'm so excited to explore today. Her partner Chris has a coffee shop and cafe called Sitwell Nibbles. It is inside the Wood End creative space. What is really fascinating about this place is that it is housed in the former home of Edith Sitwell, famous poet. It now houses an art gallery, coffee shop, and some office spaces. Had a latte and a turnover. It was one of the best pastries. The cafe also has really nice views. I just sat and drank my coffee while looking out at this gorgeous view. If you visit Scarborough, you have to pop into Sitwell Nibbles and say hi to Chris and tell him I said hi too. I've learned so much in the short time I've spent with Shari. I haven't seen them since Jeremy and I lived in Florida, so it was so lovely to catch up. And I learned from her so much that I wouldn't have noticed here on my own. She pointed out this cafe that used to be a funicular. It used to be one of the trams that took you down to the sea. There are still a couple left in town. Definitely have that on the agenda for today. Have a few other fun Victorian things planned. Definitely have to get some amusements in since I am at a seaside town and that's my favorite thing. And we have some museums and sites to take in. Starting here at the Rotunda Museum. 2 years ago, we went with our friends Jason and Josh to the Jurassic Coast and went fossil hunting there, and it was my new favorite activity. And now I just want to know, because I still want to find an ammonite. I have not yet found an ammonite. Where should I find an ammonite? What should I do? What tools should I use? How should I do it? Please let me know all the information. I'm hoping for a bad boy like that, but even if it was just a tiny little one, I'd be content. If you can help me find where's the best place to find them. Opened in 1829, the Rotunda Museum is one of the oldest purpose-built museums in the world. The circular shape was intended to display fossils in a way that reflected geological layers. I knew there'd be a lot of information about Jurassic creatures and fossils. What I wasn't expecting was how much local history was in there of just things that they've dug up that weren't bones, like coins they found in a churchyard here in Scarborough in the 1400s. Amazing. Not a very big museum, but only £5 to enter. It's good for a year, and Shari was telling me that admission also gets you into the art gallery that's just around the corner. So I think that's a pretty good deal. Do you ever have those places that you just visit and you instantly just know this is my vibe? I think that's happening here in Scarborough. Just everything that I see, I'm like, yes, look at that gorgeous sandy beach. Yes, there's a pier down there. We're gonna go have some fun with that. There's a cool old castle up on the hill. Loving it. Seriously, why did it take me so long to come here? Just look at that view. From further away, I thought that this was called Mr. Bean Apartments, and I was like, yes, I want to live there. But it's McBean Apartments, not quite as exciting as Mr. Bean Apartments. Victorian tramway to the beach? Yes, please. Certainly one of the shortest, fastest funiculars, but it saved me some walking, and it's from 1881, so you know I love that Victorian stuff. Getting down to sea level and just the view of all of the buildings with the castle up on the hill, I love it. It's kind of a little bit Whitby, a little bit Victorian, but also it's so much bigger than Whitby that doesn't feel quite as crowded on a nice summer day like today. Decided to pop into the first arcade I saw. Instantly lost 20p. I love me a penny pusher, but you gotta wait till the end of the day when all the prizes are at the edge. That's the trick. They even have a Papa's fish and chips here. When I went to Cleethorpes, a lot of locals said that Papa's is not where locals go. And I still defend the decision that we went there because those were good. But I do have my eye on a place that has really good reviews. I always look online at the pictures. I just want to see what the batter on the fish looks like, and if the chips look good, and if they do, then I'm like, yep, that's it. That's the one I'm gonna have. And that's what I've set my eyes on for today. Getting hungry. I really should probably find some fish and chips soon. I came down to the pier, but this seems to be, other than a place to park, and a not very good one, a very crowded one at that, not really an amusements pier, more of a working area. Looks like a lot of fishing and things, but some really nice views from the pier. And there's a lighthouse over there that's really cool looking too. There's something called the Terror Tower Tour the film sets of the Chiller movies, and now I want to know what that is. It looks like the Dracula thing in Whitby, and I'm very tempted. The sign says that there's 2 buildings and 3 floors. Dark and frightening scenes. I can't decide if that's going to be corny or too intense because there's a sign that says there's live actors in there. And I'm going to pass today because I don't want to be scared by myself. But you'll have to let me know if you've done that because I might have to put it on the list for next time. A place called Coney Island, a Taylor Swift song, selling Taylor Swift art outside of it. They know what they're doing, and I'm here to approve it.
You may not have heard this, but if Zoltar tells you, you know you can believe it. Age is simply a matter of mind. If you don't mind, then my friend, it doesn't matter. So go on, be carefree like a little baby. But first, give Zoltar a little more money, and I will give you more wisdom.
Zoltar spoke, but he didn't give me an actual fortune. However, he did tell me, I think essentially that it's okay that I act like a child. I think that's what he said. Do fun child things. That's what I'm gonna do. He basically just told me it's cool that I play amusements because age is what's in your mind, and I am 12. One of the things I was reading about Scarborough is that it's considered the grandmother of English seaside towns, meaning that people have been coming here for the seaside resort aspect since I think the early 17th century, starting with people coming here for the spa, the spas, the waters. And you can see that just looking out at the buildings. There's a lot of Victorian architecture, but you can also see kind of the history that goes further back than that too. I think that's what makes it so special. Just look at all of the architecture. There's just layers of history here, and I love that. Is that a place for me? An adult gaming lounge? Or is that just gambling? I like gambling for children. I prefer the version that gives you candy for a reward. I've made my way away from the crowds down by the sea and come to this place called Scarborough Market Hall. Wow, I think we found a gem here. According to the internet, this place dates back to 1853, and it's a very nice market hall. In one way, it's your standard indoor market with fruit and meat vendors. Upper floor is lined with a lot of neat decor shops and vintage treasures, things like that. I don't know that I've ever seen a book restoration place. That's really, really neat. I'm fascinated by this process. I want to know about it. I've never seen local honey come in the most fantastic containers. I think I'm making it one of my life goals to own the English version of Cluedo. I want a copy of Cluedo. I'm gonna find one, a cool vintage one, and then I'm gonna take it home with me. Why is it called Cluedo here? I don't know, but I like it. I used to have one of those when I was little, and my grandma would always refer to it as my squawker box. Good times. I think what makes this place special is the boutique shops that are lined upstairs. There are all kinds of handcrafted things. I know I'm not a Yorkshire lass, but you just adopt me so I can have this cup that says I am? I want it. Popped into the Scarborough Maritime Heritage Center. Very small little museum, but it's free to enter, and they have a lot of information about more of the maritime history of Scarborough. A couple interesting things I found in there. The brochure that the gentleman gave me was talking about how a couple of the people involved in Titanic are from Scarborough.
The third officer was on watch at the time when it struck the iceberg.
And then I guess one of the shipbuilders also was from Scarborough. They also have what they're saying is the earliest known print of a Scarborough bathing house. Is that what they're called? The bathing house? In the 1730s. Bathing hut? I don't know, little dressing room things. But right across the street is something that I might just do. Picture yourself on board Titanic. I would like that. Oh man. Have your portrait taken like the celebrities. Oh. They have some great costume choices in there, but sadly they are cash only and I only have like £8, so I don't think that's in my budget today. Dang it, I thought I was gonna get a cool old-timey photo. Oh, next time just gives me a reason to come back to Scarborough so I can get a cool Titanic photo. Another award-winning fish and chips. I have to say, Scarborough has some of the most unique shops I've ever seen. I mean, I don't remember the last time I saw a train shop, but I definitely don't remember the last time I saw like an old-timey taxidermy place. I don't know that there will ever be a day I will be in the market for taxidermy, Victorian era taxidermy or not, but it is just like where else have I ever seen a shop like that? Never, ever, anywhere. I mean, I don't want to buy taxidermy, but the deer is pretty cute. And this shop is all ship-related stuff, like glass ships and bottles and things. I like that it's just called the Ship Shop. The Oregon Queen paddle steamer. I wonder if that's from Oregon. I'm gonna have to look that up. Come all the way to England and buy a souvenir of something from back home. Those look pretty darn good. Look at that nice big piece of fish. And I asked for some scraps. I don't usually do that, but I feel like it's appropriate here. I've already got an audience. Seagulls are starting to swarm. When I was looking up fish and chips, there were many that seemed very highly rated here in Scarborough. I ended up going to a place called Lifeboat Fish Bar. Had quite the queue. Took me about 30 minutes to wait in line, order, and get my fish, but man, they look amazing. I was watching the guy batter them while I was standing waiting to order. I'm excited for this. A woman just warned me to keep my fish guarded because she just saw a seagull eat somebody's sandwich off their plate, swoop in and take it, which reminds me of my ice cream experience in Wales. Guess we better start eating before the seagull does. Nothing beats fish and chips by the seaside in England, and there's something special about them on the Yorkshire coast. God, these are good. Perfect, crispy batter, succulent, fresh fish. Love me some haddock. And those chips that are just ever so slightly crunchy on the outside have a little crisp to them. Scraps make it better, because when you get scraps in with your chips, then it gives the extra crunch. 10 out of 10. Also, all of this with my curry sauce, my large fish and chips and everything was about 15 pounds. But they did have a special where the haddock, a small haddock and chips was £7.25. That's really good curry sauce. I noticed that the seagulls here seem intimidated by you if you make eye contact with them. Well, that was hands down one of the best fish and chips I've ever had. I do not regret ordering the larger fish. When you can say that you've had excellent fish and chips and sat with a seaside view, I think you can say you've had a successful day. I have absolutely loved my time in Scarborough. I had a couple more things I had on the agenda, but I think after that fish and chips, I'm ready to call it a day. Came over to get one last take of that good view. I really do love Scarborough. I definitely will be back, so please send me your recommendations for next time. And if you haven't seen the video where Jeremy and I went to Robin Hood's Bay a couple years ago, that was an amazing village recommended by a lot of viewers, so you should go check out that video. And if you know of other good villages, places to visit, especially here on the Yorkshire coast, which is a highlight for me, let me know.